Let's return to the floods, should we, now, and find out what is causing all of this. Talk to the environmentalist and former government advisor, Tom Burke, who's in central London. Good morning to you. Look, are these now extreme weather conditions? Are they becoming the norm?
I think they are. I think you heard the Prime Minister the other day saying these events are happening more frequently. It's exactly what scientists have been telling us for a very long time is going to be one of the consequences of climate change. So I think we're seeing more extreme weather events, not just here in Britain, but actually all over the world.
Which begs the question, what can we do about it?
Well, you've got to certainly follow through on the summit that took place in Paris and join in with the rest of the world in stopping this problem from getting worse. But in the meantime, you've actually got to get much better at dealing with these events, which you know are going to happen more frequently.
That sounds great, Mr. Burke. Yeah, it sounds great to say it, but what does it actually mean?
Well, first and foremost, I think you've got to stop building homes on floodplains so that you don't create more exposure to people to these problems. You've also got to make sure that the recovery afterwards is better. A lot of the businesses that get affected by floods don't come back, so we need a much more effective, probably government-supported insurance scheme to make sure that those businesses can come back. We need better planning for longer-term planning to make sure that we don't, the water doesn't come down so fast as it does down the rivers when you have more of these events. So probably planting more trees and uplands will be a very important part of helping to slow down the rate at which the water ends up in our cities.
Yeah, I was going to ask about the sort of deforestation issue. I mean, is it a time that we need to really look at getting the trees back in our environment to have an impact on this? Because, I mean, even something as sort of environmentally friendly as that, if you like, is still going to take a long time before it has the required impact.
I think you're right about that. So I think the faster we get on with doing those things, the better. Remember the agencies like the Environment Agency, the Climate Change Committee, the Met Office have been warning for years that these things were going to happen. And by and large, governments have been very slow to react to foreseeable events. So we've lost a lot of time. We need to catch that up pretty quickly. And we need to concentrate also not just on building engineered flood defenses, but also in maintaining the flood defenses that we've got so they don't get overwhelmed when you have these extreme events.
Is there any countries that we can take lessons from?
Not that I know of. I think everywhere all over the world you've seen Sky News brings us pictures of them. Everybody's having real problems coping with the extreme weather events, whether they're wildfires, whether they're droughts, whether they're floods. These are happening everywhere, and governments everywhere are having a real problem coping with them. I think the key thing is to focus on making sure this problem doesn't get worse as the climate changes. So the faster we reduce our emissions of carbon, at least in the longer run, that will help to reduce our exposure to these events.
Tom Burke, thanks for your time this morning. Now, would you want to test, Sarah, your partner's fidelity?